Hello to my psychic zodiac tribe. Thank you for joining me. I hope the new year has started safe and well for you all. Happy New Year 2020. Well, hello Virgo, and welcome to your zodiac wheel reading for January 2020. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd like to just focus now on the Virgo energy and many blessings, and thank you to those of you that have sent prayers of rain and healing to those of us here in Australia. Very, very grateful. So I would just like to now invite Great Spirit, angels and my guides to join me with this reading for Virgo. Thank you for any messages that come through in this reading for Virgo's highest good and for the good of all concerned. Messages do you have for Virgo for January 2020? Okay, so that So, yeah, the Queen there, the Queen of Swords, rules with an iron fist. So dealing with somebody who is sort of laying the law down, really. And Aquarius energy, Libra energy and Gemini energy is the Queen of Swords. So Virgos, for you, with this being in your first house and it being representing the ascendant, Virgo ascendant, this is also about your soul's deeper intention and the window through which the self views the world. So your intention is to be an authority on whatever endeavour it is that you are undertaking, and to have some authority, which isn't surprising with the stellium that we have in Capricorn, because that Capricorn energy is the authority energy. So you're feeling some of that energy and wanting to take your rightful place as well as you could be dealing with, as I said, air sign people who are very logical and intellectual kind of energy is the air sign energy, and indeed the Swords energy is intellectual energy as well. And don't underestimate your ambitious side of yourself either, because the Swords is also about ambition. Now, here in the area of how you earn your money, you've got the Queen of Wands. So there's action and energy being put into the area of your life that is about your values and your resources and your measure of self-worth. And it also is about your support systems and communication with those that support you. Now, it could also be signifying to you family past and present, okay? So there may be a very strong, energetic, fun-loving female energy in your family who is of great support to you, or you may find that you need to support them. Okay. Then we have the page, the Princess of Swords in this deck. The Page of Swords. So in the communication house, again, swords are air signs: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So there's messages coming. There could be a little bit of check on the facts, because I do feel with this Page of Swords, it can be just a little bit of rumours or gossip, so check on that as best you can to find out if the information you're being given is right, or even whether or not you've got your information right if you're going to be handing it out. So whether or not it's information about your neighbourhood or siblings, could also be transport and or short journeys. But there's a lot of mental activity going on, so there's a lot of need to use your wits and wisdom. Here in the 5th house we have the Lovers. In a 4th house, I mean the base of the wheel, area representing your family. There's an eternal triangle, 3 people involved, so maybe it's 2 people living together that have to take a 3rd person in. That kind of energy can also, and the choice of whether or not to do that, can also be symbolised here with that in the 4th house. So it does literally mean lovers, so 2 people that are very passionate and physically involved with each other is also represented here with this card as well. So you and your significant other, you know, could be happy to, you know, start that family home together, get that home up and running, and make the house a home, is what I'm hearing. So it's a good sign for those of you that are looking to buy a property or move into your own home together, that kind of thing. Now it also does represent your home environment when you were growing up. So there was lots of choices, and there may have been a situation where you might have had to have step parents or something like that you had to deal with, and felt that there needed to be choices. Because this is coming from your past as well, the home base, your country of origin, your hometown, that sort of stuff. You may not live there now. You may live somewhere else, but there's something about what's happening here through January that seems to be triggering off those memories. So, you know, try and learn, see what you can learn out of what similarities there is now to the past, and maybe make a different choice this time than was what was made back then. Because the karmic energy is strong here through January, especially from, well, from now until the end of January, really, is quite potent. And your quest in this is for you to have dignity in the eyes of the world. And see where you're paying off your past karma and letting go, learning your lesson and understanding and using your compassion. After that, once you've learned how to be compassionate and understand and possibly even forgive your parents or family members, then your maturity will follow. Because the stellium for you is, and the South Node in Capricorn, it's all in that 4th house. Well, for some of you it's in the 4th house, for others it's in the 5th house, from what I can tell here. So there is a need for you to repay past life karma. Your ancestral influence is strong now. And as I said, there's a running thing between the 4th and the 5th for Virgos, and the 5th is the Emperor in the fun house. So it sort of appears to me that you have more fun in the home base than you are in your usual hobbies and activities. But that's not to say that maybe one of those hobbies or activities you're going to become a master of. Because the Emperor, you know, he resides over everything. He's king. So there could well be a hobby that you're doing that you actually maybe can teach others, or will find an interest in, that you will become quite knowledgeable at. But you have fun because it's in the fun house. Now that's an Aries energy, that's fire sign energy with the Emperor, and it's also the father figure and and represents someone who is very established, an authority. So that could be to do with your children, matters of the heart, hobbies, sport, love that is given, the area where you find your joy, and some good fortune is also indicated there. So that's lovely, Virgo. Then in the working house, you have the Knight of Cups. So I feel for a lot of you that you will be quite happy with your working life. And there's others of you that will be quite happy to just get on your horse and sail off into the sunsets, so that and you know, just at easy strides. So I do feel that that's what I'm being shown, is just, you know, like, just take it easy and keep moving ahead. Wanting to feel the love and be able to love what you do, Virgo. Interesting. So you, with the stellium being here in that 5th house area, the full moon is in Cancer here on the 11th to 12th of January, depending on where you are, up here in your 11th house. So you will need to feel safe and nurtured. So I do feel that's a sense of well-being there that is being shown through that Knight of Cups, wanting to be feeling safe and nurtured with groups and friends. And maybe even finding that you're becoming emotionally attached to friends, or those friends could be work colleagues. And also there's a strong emphasis around being interested in humanitarian groups to fulfill what you need within you. Because the moon in Cancer, it's a full moon in Cancer too, is that need of nurturing when under stress, and you want to retire to the comfort of your own home. So I do feel that's why I'm wanting to just meander away and let it all go. And I suppose the choice of home, you've got a few choices of where you could call home. So that's interesting if you're lucky enough to have that. Others may look at it as not being lucky enough because you can't figure out where you want to be because you've got too many places to choose from. But know that where you're truly loved is home, is your home. Now, here in January on the 17th, Mercury moves out of the 5th house and into the 6th house. So again, that's triggering off that working area again too. And Venus moves into Pisces, which will take you into the 7th house here. That again, the home is being represented with that Four of Wands. Yeah, it's a tree house, but it's solid. It's got its four bases firmly rooted in the earth. And there's a lot of happiness and fulfillment there. So some of you may find that you're able to actually start a business, because this is the area of business partnerships, contracts and marriages. Others may be, setting up house. I do feel that, and especially with that Wheel of Fortune there, in the 8th house, I do feel that if you've been applying for a house or a property, whether it's buying or renting, I feel that by the end of January this will be moving forward for you. You'll be feeling a lot more stable and secure and solid. But you've got to put in the hard work until then. You've got to put in the hard effort. Saturn does want that hard effort, and it's conjuncting Pluto, so that is recognizing your drives and passions, and the conjunction of the two it gives a huge desire for uniting with others. So you're going to have some backing. Those of you looking for someone to, give you a pat on the back or help you along, whether it's with information or, actually being there to be of service, you're going to get it, this is saying to me. And you can bring it together quite successfully with this Magician here. The influence of the Magician is a wonderful card, and it's a number 1 card. So again, it's new beginnings and being able to manifest and create them. So you do seem to be wanting to start afresh, get a fresh perspective. So that Magician there, who can be a bit of a trickster, so you can possibly feel like, you know, you're getting a bit of your sense of humour back if you've been feeling a bit dull and drained, which this Capricorn stellium energy can make people feel flat, even though it is trining Virgos. So Virgos should be really gaining some authority in their lives and influence, and remembering to stay in your own power. That's another thing that the magician speaks to me about, is staying in your own power, not trying to wield your power, but just remember to stay in it. And by doing that, that means other people can't drag you in to their shit, basically. So if there's someone in your life who's trying to bait you and drag you in, you've got to use that magician power and stay in your own power, and just say, you know what, I haven't got time for this, and just, you know, excuse yourself and politely walk away. Get on that horse. So the ninth house is the energy that is an expansion of the self through not only spiritual endeavours, but physical exploration as well. It's philosophy, it's law, it's travelling to foreign lands and cultures, and abstract mind, dreams and visions. So take notice of your dreams as well. And to me, it's also an area that does point towards the, you know, the future outcomes, or what's going to be taking place in the future. And I do feel with the magician there, the magician is also a bit of, can be, I have found, to represent medicine people, whether it's medicine man, medicine woman, or modern medicine and technology, or traditional medicine. It's about people that are interested in healing and helping others heal. So see what that presents for you. And then in your zenith of the wheel, you've got the Two of Pentacles. So things are starting to balance out. Still in early stages, but getting some balance there in your career. So balancing your career and your home life. You've got choices in your home life. You've got options, a couple of options in your career. So and it has, 2019 in particular was a real strong year for people in general trying to get their work-life balance happening. And it was very hard. Most people, I feel, were really, from what I've looked at for people through the last year or so, astrologically as well as with my readings, a lot of people were struggling with that, and couldn't, you know, their work-life balance was go to work, slog it out, exhaust yourself, go home, think you're going to be able to relax and have some time, you know, downtime as people call it, and they get home and just flake it and not have any energy at all. So that's why the people were feeling that they were missing out on their home, the balance of the whole situation. So here with you, Virgo, through January, you're putting down the markers so that you can have a bit more of that work-life balance happening for you. And then you've got the King of Cups here in your hopes and wishes, and the manifestation house. This is also a futuristic house about you know, what's ahead. And so this is going to take you into a situation where you're manifesting that nurturing again. It's the masculine nurturing energy that you're actually experiencing here. So whether that's a side of yourself or it's a significant male in your life, this does indicate emotions, love, children and pleasure. It's company too. So whether or not you're inviting them to your home, or they're a part of your friendship group and you're all just spending time together, but there is that joy in having other people's company. There's strong masculine energy around you here through January, so I feel that men in your life will be very helpful and good company. And here you have the fruit ripening on the bough, 9 of Pentacles. That is a wonderful card to have there, and even though it's in the 12th house of things that are hidden, that is letting me know that you don't realise how much prosperity is coming your way yet. But it's on its way. It's there. It may be hidden from you, and it's not necessarily all just been due to your hard work, though that cannot be denied, that you have been really putting in the hard yards, but you are going to see some of the rewards of that manifesting for you. Now, Mars changed sign in January on the 3rd and moved into Sagittarius. So that's upping the ante a bit, and that's possibly the fire sign energy that's coming through with this Emperor. Even though the Emperor is traditionally a Aries card, it is also a fire sign card. So that Mars in Sagittarius could be really propelling you forward towards your goals and what you're aiming for. And Neptune goes direct on the day of the eclipse too, on the 11th. So as I said, take notice of your dreams. Don't overindulge, because Neptune can be a little bit radical with overindulgence and alcohol and drugs and things, so take it easy with that. But it certainly will give you some significant dreams. So if you do dream something that resonates with you, don't forget to write it down. Oh, thank you. So your message from the confirmation card message from the animal medicine cards is over impressionable. Don't be swept along gullibly like a fragile little jellyfish on the mercy of the currents. If you do, you will let others, emotions and false ideas push you in unsuitable directions. So be careful of that. Avoid conformism and stand resolute instead of drifting and spinelessly turning to jelly. Okay. Well, that fire energy does stand resolute, and I do feel that this is also letting you know that you have the ability to avoid being conforming. Because you're Virgo, you sort of have got that element of magic about you, so you can actually very diplomatically get out of a situation if you're feeling uncomfortable. Even if it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad situation, but you just might be like, nah, I'm not interested in that, and you can use your diplomatic skills to excuse yourself, sort of thing. You don't have to conform. So thank you, Virgo, so much for joining me. I hope you are well and safe. Many blessings to you all. Thank you for your prayers, and look after each other, be kind to each other. Until next time, sending loving light your way. Namaste from Australia. Now, for any of you out there that are watching, also, I have left links in the description box below to just let you know in case there's anyone that would like to donate or find some of the sites in Australia where they may be able to help or be of assistance. I have left those links. They are legitimate links that will take you to the website. They're in the links below there. So do check them out and click on them, and they'll take you to the different charities that are taking care of this crisis down here at the moment. Again, thank you for your blessings and well wishes. Talk to you again soon.